Shalom, shalom, shalom. Supposed to be on here, y'all. Hope some of y'all still up. Now I understand. I had some weird stuff happen today. I've been kind of frustrated all week, but just now I had some weird stuff to happen with my phone, and I had to get that straight. And so that's why I'm delayed on coming in. Now you hear my phone beeping, everything is all coming up. Let me see here. Shalom, shalom. So today I'm gonna be short. Lord have mercy, this phone really beeping going off, ain't it? So, yeah, today I'm gonna be short, not long at all. Just gonna talk briefly. And I'm gonna talk about if you look, I think I put the title up, talk about Black Christians and Black people in general. With this awakening, man, Black Christians, Black people in general, that's what I'm gonna talk about today. Tonight, like I said, I would have been on here earlier, but there's some strange stuff been happening, been going on. It kind of frustrates me sometimes, but I got to stay focused. So waiting a little bit, see if anybody gonna come on here, which I ain't gonna be on here long because I have to go to work very early. But I have to get it in. I can't neglect the Most High. When I got a word, He give me a word. I got to bring it out. So, I'd like to give thanks, blessings, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, and His Son, Yahweh Shai. Some would say Yahuwah and Yahushua. And some would say God and Jesus. So I like to give thanks and glory to them and giving them the utmost praises. Shalom, born bold. Shalom. So tonight, I'm going to talk about Black Christians and Black people. Reject knowledge. They are lost. And sometimes we see, I go my nephew calling me. I'm about to let him know I'm on live. Reject knowledge, and some are lost. And some actually, are confused. Reject knowledge, lost, and confused. That's what we're dealing with today. I remember growing up and my mother would tell me, hey, my mother, she was an outgoing person. That's why my personality is more like my mother. She liked to laugh all the time. But she would laugh and she would say that her daddy was a half Indian, half black, half Indian. He was real, real dark. I mean, like this color dark, real black. And she said, they said that his mama was a Black Hawk. So I really didn't, my mother would laugh, but she was serious about it. But she really thought that whatever. But a lot of times we growing up, we heard people telling us that we Indians and we this and that. And, our people was looking for a identity, just like today. We're looking for identity. Now you see our people start to wake up. They said they Egyptologists and what else they say? They'll say they Moors, Moors. They'll say they going back to what? The worship the ancestors. They'll say they see what else they do. Oh yeah, they'll say they're Christians. Also that they'll say they, they in Islam, Kemet. Yeah, that's right, Bombo, Kemet. They'll say they what else out here? They'll say soul. They soul. I wonder if anybody saying they funkadelics. I don't know. But you notice our people, they, like I said, when I meet people, sometimes I don't think, even though I've been in church all their life, I don't think they know the word. Because here lately, I've been meeting people. So when I say people, I'm talking about our people, so-called black people. They'll say, God called me to be a prophetess or a prophet. And I'd be so excited because that's what Israel needs. What's going on, Anthony? That's my nephew, Anthony Scales. And brother Donovan Ben Judah, Shabbat, Shalom. I'm glad y'all came on here. I was supposed to have been on here at 9:45, but my sister had called me and she was telling me that my brother's phone wasn't acting right. He's on my line. We got the same line where he's on my line. And he was sick. He went to the hospital. He did something to his phone. When they was talking to me, my phone completely shut down and I couldn't call out. I couldn't do nothing. I was freaking out, but finally got it working. So that's why I came on here a little later. But anyway, let's get right into it. So I'm going to go to Genesis chapter 15. I'm going to read Genesis chapter 15 and verse 13. And the first thing we're going to talk about is black people waking up to who they are. But however, waking up and saying something that not is going totally against the Bible. So Genesis chapter 15, verse 13 reads, and he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. Remember that. So we got people waking up and they want to get back to their roots. I have a young lady. She's called to be a prophetess, and I was excited, And I said, hey, I pray that you can give us something. If you're a prophetess and you are Israelite, what a blessing, because we know that the true word is going to come from the Most High Yah, and gonna give it to you, right? So she said she's a prophetess. And then she said, oh, I got a revelation for you. I said, what is, bring it on. What is it? She said that she got revelation that she's a Native American. And I said, what? She said she got revelation. She's a Native American. And she's Abraham's seed. I said, what Bible you reading? Because if you believe this is our homeland, then Genesis chapter 15 says that we're going to be strangers in a land that's not ours and be afflicted 400 years. Oh my gosh. This right here totally go against the prophecy of Israel. Our people waking up and saying they Native Americans. That means if you saying that means that this is that Abraham came to America and started his seed here. That's basically what they saying. Oh my goodness. See, this is why I put on that black Christians, black people, reject knowledge, lost and confused. What in the world? And so that's why I started out saying what my mother told me. My mother said that we were so-called Black Hawk Indians. I can't help but laughing, y'all. My mother swear. And my mother loved Jesus. And my mother also said that that picture, that white Jesus, that was Jesus. So I'm gonna believe that too. But before she died, she knew that Jesus was us, a black man. But she did tell me that that white man with that string of hair was Jesus. So we're gonna believe that too. Come on, y'all. Our people was looking for a identity. When we looking for an identity, we just like what we doing today. What Born Boze tell you that. Yeah, brainwashing a lot of us. That's right. It's sad. Yeah, the sister still asleep. Lynn Yashara. That's right. Our people wake up and go back to sleep. Man, I wonder, do these people got a job to get up and go to work? But how in the world are you gonna say God gave you a revelation and told you you was a Native American and you Abraham's seed? Now, one thing for sure, if God gave you a revelation, why would you say you're a Native American? Let's say you are a black, so-called black Native American, right? And God gave you a revelation, say you are true Israelite. You're not that, because this is what you thought you were. That right there could make sense. But how you gonna wake up and say God gave you revelations and say you're a Native American? Oh my gosh. That's right. That's right, Born Bo. Those heads in South, South America came from Ham, and Ham built the pyramids, not Shem. This is why people, black people, anybody y'all know, just run around hollering they Native Americans, and God gave them that. You tell them, okay, you be that. That means that you come from Ham, because them people. I'm gonna have to do a lesson or history on that. I love history. But off the top of my head, when you do history on that, them people come from Ethiopia. And they wasn't no Israelite Ethiopian. They was Cushites. And it was a king. He always wanted to travel the world. When he got old enough, he was a prince. And when he came, he was a prince. I'm sorry. He got old enough, so he led I don't know how many different ships. And they traveled to America, and they put them the same strong stone heads in South America. That's in South America. You can find them in Ethiopia, the exact same stone, and they got the braids on the back. Which a lot of they don't show you the braids on the back, show them that they so-called black people, where they are black, where they Cushites. So when black people hollering, "Oh, I'm native to the land," they saying they Cushites and don't even know this. That's so true, Born Bo. Yes, and a lot, Cushite, Tower of Babel. That's right. And that happened in Genesis chapter 11. So please, if you have any brothers and sisters running around out here talking about, I'm waking up, I'm Native American, the seed of Abraham, please correct them. If you waking up, that means you're going to say you Israel, not a Native American. It don't make sense. So when they say stuff like that and they don't know the history, it's sad. Because I'm about to bring out that history, because I was like, hold up. You mean to tell me you are a prophetess and God told you you a native? No, y'all didn't tell you that. Maybe Hashatan whispered in your ear. That it don't make sense. That means that Abraham sojourning in America and said this is going to be that. And then Genesis chapter 15 says we're going to be a stranger in the land that's not theirs. If this is our land, well, we ain't no stranger. It says Donovan Ben Judah said the Pharaoh got their cocaine from South America. All these mummies were embalmed with cocaine. Okay, that's true. So that's what I'm saying. This is why what gets me when I go on other people's channel, other than Salt of the Earth and my channel, Brother Eva's channel, all of them, we love to chat because the chat got so much knowledge. But you go on other people's channel, they don't pay no attention to the chat. They act like they know it all, and they want to be the ones to know it all. Oh, no, Y'all got so much knowledge. And they came here long, they got there long before Christopher Columbus. That's so true. So Now, also, of course, I said it, but also a lot of these people wake up and try to say Native America is their land. I mean, it's our land. This is Israel. That's basically what they said. So, and saying that the white man is lying to us and saying it's Israel. Okay, now I'm gonna go to the familiar verses. I'm gonna read this. If y'all know anybody saying this, please take them to these verses. Yeah, that's right. They allow Spaniards to come over, not Haitians. Why? And then you got these camp guys running around talking about Spaniards are Israelites. It's crazy. But anyway, let's go to. I'm gonna go to the New Testament. One of my good verses ain't nothing new. Luke chapter 21. Because remember, they saying these people's waking up are saying that. Oh yeah, talking about they switched them out. Yeah, they switched them out. People crazy. Switched them out now. We can go over there in Africa and see where. I mean, this is ridiculous. This type of doctrine going on. To have, you know what? I tell them don't read the Bible then, because I mean I know the Bible been tampered with, but Lord, if they, Lord have mercy, it's ridiculous the stuff they come up with. So. Let's go to Luke 21 and verse 24. And it says, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword and shall be led captives into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down by the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Well, y'all, if we are living in Israel, in Jerusalem, what they say, we definitely ain't been scattered into all nations. Then we right here. This is the stuff I can't stand, how ignorant, not knowing when you call yourself a prophetess or a prophet and you say some stuff like this, apparently you going against the word. You know, and then I heard this one prophet go as far to say God told her that oh my goodness. I'm just kind of frustrated, y'all, with this stuff, that people want to hang on to some Native Americans. They want to hang on to Spaniard. They want to hang on actually to Hamite. They don't want to, this is something. They don't want to be so-called black people. Well, okay, that's fine. But we wake up to realize we Israel. I don't think they want to be Israel. Who in the world going to say God gave me a revelation and told me that I was Native American? Well, if that case, then that means you're not Israel. How about that? Sad. So you're right. If we ain't been scattered, our captivity coming again. We got another 400 years to go. Come on, y'all. This is so ridiculous. And I would challenge anybody with that Native American doctrine. So I'm going to tell you why. They get that stuff from the Book of the Mormon, the Book of the Mormon. That's where they get that stuff from. The Book of the Mormon. What's that white guy, Dana Stevens? I was talking to him on Facebook, right? He talking about he's a true teacher, blah, blah. He teach Mormonism or whatever how he said. And I told him, I said, I would love to debate you with that fake book that you got. And you know, he didn't say nothing else. But this stuff is ridiculous. A book that a white man said he found what gold plates. Moses got stoned, but the white man got gold plates. Nobody never found them gold plates nowhere in America, but he said he found gold plates, and they gave him a whole new Bible and that he interpreted from. He written down in English, and all the wars you can't find them on earth, never heard of them, or the coins they used, none of this. He said God had a whole lot of children, and the oldest son is Jesus, and the other one is the devil. And they was talking about planet Earth, and the devil got mad, and the angels that turned black was the black people, is us. But yet still these black Israelites want to run and read the Book of the Mormon. It says that we are cursed with black skin. Oh my goodness. This is this ridiculous stuff. Listen, this is what I tell people. If you don't want to be Israel, don't be Israel. That's fine. I can care less. But do not say stuff like God told you. Now, if God told you a Native American, that's fine too. But don't say, well, I'm a Native American and I'm Israel. That don't even make sense. When a God gave showed me that revelation when Yah did, I'm a true Israelite. I didn't say, oh, I'm a Negro. Shoot, we've been called Negroes all our life. Niggas are what? N-word. I can't say that other word. Excuse me, Lord. Negroes. We've been called Negroes or, the other word all our life. But, okay, now I'm going to read some of these comments, y'all. I'm just doing freestyling, and what we're talking about is black people waking up and not realize where they say they're Israel. They want to be Israel, but they want to claim America being the homeland and they being Native Americans. Don't have no scripture in the Bible that show that claim. Ridiculous. And then also, I'm going to get on black Christians in a minute there with that too. So let me see what Donovan Ben Jr. said. I don't listen to Dana anymore. He's not supposed to be teaching us anyway. That's true. He don't supposed to be teaching us anyway. We see what happened when the heathen get in, they always switch up. They start out good, they switch up. I'm gonna tell you why. Because you got these camp guys telling Dana Stevenson he's an Israelite. That's why he joined them. Stupid. So let's see. What Bombo say? Dana Stevens being a fraud. So many had him on the channel praising him. Now they real quiet. He's speaking Mormon. That's right. I called him out on. I said, "Bring it on. I'll debate that fake book you got any day." He ain't gonna do it. Donald Ben Jr. said, "Believe in that book they call us devil." Yeah, the book called us devil. Said we curse for black skin. Crazy. Bombo said, "He is just another white man, white supremacy, I would say, using Yahshua for blessings. He has tons of brews supporting him, sending him to our land." That's wow. Donald Ben, don't let Big Judah hear you. Bobo said he's my brother, they say. Yeah. Hey, let me tell you about Big Judah. When Big Judah, he used to do this, y'all. Let me tell you what Big Judah used to do. He used to show his arm like this. He used to be in the camera like this and have his arm showing. He'll show his arm. What a dude named Destrovia said, "Man, I don't care nothing about your arm. Show your face." It took him a long time to show his face. He'll show his arm. Okay. Donald Big Judah said, "Dana also peddling merchandise to Israel, making money off of the shit." Really? I didn't know that. Wow. He's going back and forth to Israel? I mean, merchandise of Israelites. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Israelites making money off of. Oh, he's making money off of Israelites. Wow. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with Big Judah. He did used to be straight. When I used to like Big Judah, something happened to him. I don't know what he talking about. Mother Earth and the Holy Ghost is the mother of the earth. But anyway, all right, now we talked about these black people saying they waking up, God told them they Native American, and America is this is the homeland. This is funny. But for real, y'all, we need to pray for our brothers and sisters that's in that type, because it goes totally against the word. Now, let's say if it didn't, it's like an up in the air thing, we don't know, then you can have, no, this go totally. That means that we weren't scattered to the four corners of the earth. That means that the Most High don't have to gather us because we already home. It don't make sense. So Bombos, he gave himself to the heathen. All right, yeah. I heard that being Big Judah is married to a Hispanic lady, got Hispanic. That's what I heard. I don't know how true that is. And I was thinking, I'm gonna tell you what, from my research, when you see black people going against Israel, they have a agenda. It's something going on. They got something behind they don't want you to know. This is why they go against Israel. That's right. That's right, Sheila. Sister Sheila, how can you love this country so much? I want out too. Say, yep. Oh, Big Judah lost his weight. A lot of his weight. Wow. He also lost a lot of weight. Now, hold up. Y'all saying Big Judah lost a lot of weight? Really? Do you think he lost weight because he stopped eating pork or what? Do he look like his healthy loss? Let's pray for him. You know, I don't want to. He's still our brother, even though he's off on the deep end. We hope that he comes back. Say he looks sick. Wow. Yeah, let's keep him in prayer, man. I tell you, man. I used to like Big Judah, man. I don't know. He was sick a lot about. Wow. Do y'all know what causes sickness? So now we're going to talk a little bit about these black Christians, right? We see the black Christians, first they want to throw out DNA. Once we prove, his wife. Once we prove that DNA with us match, let me see here. Let me see something here. Wish I can pull it up. Let me think. I got a chart, right? Of DNA chart of diabetes. I got a DNA chart. A DNA chart of African Americans. Majority of African Americans' DNA starts with E1B1A or E3M, which E3M and EP, from my research, I got a chart I've been researching. A lot of us come from that. Even though, let's say we get an African American, even though they don't have E1B1A, but let's say they have a DNA G or a DNA J. But if you do look at the rest of the DNA, what that could cause is like in slavery, one of these slave owners could have raped our grandmother and had a lot of boys down to you. But that don't neglect to say you're not an Israelite, because most of your blood is in Israel. And according to Deuteronomy chapter 3, is upon the third generation, you back in Israel. So anyway, but I got a DNA. Majority of African Americans and West Africans is E1B1A, E1B1AA, E1B12, even all the way up to Ethiopia, where some of us in the Ethiopian area and East Africa. But if you follow the chart, it starts out in Northeast Africa, which is the Middle East, and it goes down into West Africa. But, we see DNA J stars out in the Caucasus Mountains. I mean, it's Japhet. When the first ones that got there is, But anyway, that's a whole lot more. I'm still studying. I don't want to get all the way into it. I want to make sure I'm for sure on my study. But what I would say is this: we prove that according to the DNA that we fit the script, and the so-called urban apologists don't like that. Now they saying this. Now remember, if you're not looking at haplogroups, if you do your DNA, I did mine and I put it on Facebook. I'm gonna put it on here or somehow, or I might put it on so everybody can see it. And when you do your DNA, I know some people don't believe in DNA, okay, but they use DNA to test if somebody's kid. If somebody's saying you got a kid by them name, they also you might have to use DNA your family's blood if you need blood or match. This is why it's so very good when it comes to oh, you got yours done. All right. So I'm gonna ask when I finish. I'm gonna ask you, Donovan Ben Judah, what most of your DNA started. What the most of that started at in West Africa. But anyway, um, when you do DNA, if you're not looking at the haplogroup, right? Okay, okay. Well, if you're not looking at the haplogroup, just looking at it where it goes, you can see a roadmap where your DNA go. It's very good. I tell everybody to do it. Now, this is the thing. Now, the urban apologist is upset and mad because they know our DNA fit the script, and the so-called white people's DNA don't. Now, this is the catch. If some white people do have DNA E, and some of these people, they do have DNA E. I'm gonna tell you why. If you do your research, that don't mean that they Israelites, but we know that the Moors was in Spain and Portugal and had kids by them. We know Esau had kids by a lot of people in what you call Europe. So DNA E is floating all in there. That don't mean they Israel. But what it means that 30% of the Ashkenazi has DNA E. Why? Because we know who they are according to the Bible. It says that Adumium would be in the land. Esau would be in the land at the end time. So who's in the land? So we know that. So when people say, "Well, I know some white people with DNA E," okay, that's fine. And that ain't nothing to get scared about. But you notice they never talk about the white people with DNA E. The urban apologists, they leave that out. Why is that? They talk about J. But when they found out that J did not come from the Middle East or Northeast Africa, it come from come from the Caucasus Mountains. And our DNA come from Northeast Africa, went all the way down in West Africa, and went on the slave boats and came over here and all around the world. We know that. So remember, when you're doing DNA also is like a GPS. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all know this. I'm pretty sure y'all probably know more than me. It's like a GPS. So when you got these people, they'll say, "I don't trust DNA." They go test a animal. Like one guy had like one of them little lizard things he tests, and it says that the lizard is connected to Ashkenazi. All that mean that lizard could have came from the same area as the Ashkenazi, what they call Jews, was at. That's all it means. But yet it's still okay. Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna read some of this DNA. Shalom, blessings, Sister Rachel. So let me see. Donovan Ben Judah said yes. What he says is oh yeah. He said he got most of his family to stop eating. Okay. Talking about stop eating things unclean as pride. I'm trying to look at the DNA. Okay. He said he's got his DNA. Donovan Big Judah, where most of your people come from on your DNA chart when you look at it. So Born Bowes says she done hers. And Sister Sheila says she done her. Born Bowes DNA said 89% African, 6% European, and 5% Portuguese. Now, Born Bowes, now remember, because you see 6% European, that really don't mean that you got European in you. What also it means that your people was in that area. Remember that, because we know we're scattered everywhere, especially in Portugal. Same thing. We was that slave there. Also, what Donald been just 74% West African, 24% European, 2% Asian. Same thing with you. Now, mine is around almost 100%, but it says reason I say that because he said, matter of fact, I'm gonna look at mine right now. I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what mine is, so y'all know exactly and see. I'm trying to pull mine up. I want to tell y'all the truth on mine. I'm not saying y'all telling a lie, but I can't remember exactly. But I do remember mine. I just want to be okay. I did mine with myheritage.dna.com. The reason I did it with them, I'm gonna do it with another one, but I did it with them because a lot of people wasn't going to that. Okay, Paternal JT. Okay, okay. Now, all right. Mine's is like, mm, I am 52% Nigerian, Igbo, and in the European area, it's 14.5%, and it's Irish, Scotland, and Welsh, which I did research there. Shalom, Samantha Gray. I did research there and found out that we had Scotland, so the Israelites, so-called black people, we had Scotland, and the rest of my DNA is 32.8% basically all Africa. Now, I'm almost pure. Praise y'all. No. So look, I'm saying that now. Now, if you'd asked me this right about okay. Say y'all's doing 10% European, 80% West African, Asian. Woo! Now, also, y'all, I want y'all to now. Donovan Ben Judah must did his. He did his haplogroup, and he did. It said J2. Woo! Now they said Limba is J2. I don't know what they say, but J2 said Limba J2 too. What they say. But he said that's on. I think it's is that on your mother's side? Okay, now Spain and Scotland. Me and Bon Bo cousins. With Spain, we over there. Our people's over there in that Scotland area, Spain. So look, I'm gonna tell y'all my genetics now. Have y'all ever checked your genetics? So I'm gonna look at and tell you my genetics on this. And see, this is stuff what Christianity don't like, because they'll say, Shalom, 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 Demetri. So Christianity don't like blood work because first, I'm talking about, and when I say Christian, I'm talking about black Christianity. They mad at us because when we just been honest, we did our blood work. We can't help where we come from. Okay, J2 is from Georgia and Caucasus Mountain. That's exactly right. Hey, Donovan Ben Judah, he is being serious. I mean, he's being truthful. And so when you look at that, so the other one, you got that B. That B is where is it? L4B? That's your haplogroup? Okay. So um I'm a look at my genetics. Have y'all looked at y'all genetics on where your genetics, what do you line up with? I'm gonna tell you mine. Uh, my genetics, let me pull this up. Oh yeah, the reason I did my heritage DNA is because a lot of African Americans been going to the other ones, and so I'm gonna go there. But I wanted to do this first and see how it come out, and see if there's gonna be difference. Because now we're waking up to who we are, and I was like skeptical, like, oh, I hope they don't try to get us. So I'm trying to go to a different one that nobody hardly used much. So that's why I went to my heritage. Oh, Sheila said mine's 91% West Africa. Hey, Sheila, 91% to West African? Oh my gosh. She's straight up Israel. Okay. I'm gonna try to pull up my genetics right because I want to read this off. Sub-Saharan African, yep. Okay, y'all. Now, mine's, I don't know if y'all can see this. This is my genetics. Y'all ain't gonna be able to see it, but You can see North African. Then you see Sephardic Jew. You'll see Ethiopian Jew. But I'm gonna open it up and I'm gonna read what it tells me. So I'm gonna hit Ethiopian Jew and see if I connect with if my genetic with them. It says your DNA. First, it says your DNA matches with the you know, Ethiopian Jew. Then it says your DNA do not matches with this ethnic group. So it don't match with Ethiopian, y'all. So I'm gonna go to what's the next one? North African. Let's look at North African. It says my genetics match with North African. I'm pretty sure it does. Now watch this. Now I'm gonna go to Sephardic Jew. Now we know the Sephardic Jews come from Spain, Portugal, Scotland, that area. Let's see see if my genetic match with Sephardic Jew. And it says right here, your DNA matches with ethnic Sephardic Jew. What it says. Now that's the only one it matches with. The rest in North African and Nigeria, Igbo, which we know they Judah. So I would encourage y'all to do your DNA so you can answer when these Christians come about. But then they gonna say, "Oh, I don't trust DNA because I DNA my animal and it says it comes from the same." I say, "Yeah, that's possibility. An animal can come from the same place people come from. It is real. I mean, that's true. But that's why DNA also is a roadmap. If you looking at where your DNA is at or where it's been, that's what it is, a GPS. Until you look at the haplogroup. When you look at the haplogroup, you can follow the haplogroup. Now, if you get an animal to say you got the same haplogroup you got now, you got a problem. Okay, Bombo say if you do your children's, it's a lot stronger. I'm 89, West African, but my daughter's 94, which is almost all. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Children is even stronger. Boy, I like, my grandson Messiah. Ooh, man, I think he looked just like me. Man, I like that. I'm gonna do his and see what exactly he. Woo, and yeah. But anyway, Christianity, they taking a move the goalposts. They keep moving the goalposts, but they try their best to knock us down or delete us and try to say we're not Israelites. But we did our DNA, and just like here, we know that we are the people of the book with DNA. With really, I mean, honest, we really, to be honest, with the urban apologists or whatever they call themselves, the best bet is DNA when it comes, because when you go to the scriptures, right? When it goes to the scriptures, we see that they have no help in the scriptures too. Also, Donovan being Judah, if you read, I mean, give subject, but also sub-Saharan African, which that is where the Negro land was at. But also, if you back in 1455 AD, Calactius the third Pope, he declared all sub-Saharan African to be in perpetual slavery. So, wow. So I had a Christian tell me today that vax is from from the Most High. And if I don't take it, I worship the devil. Now, I ain't never heard of that one. You mean tell me vax from the Most High and people taking the vax and anyway. Come on, y'all. We hear so much stuff. Come on now. We know good well that's not true. That's right, Donovan Man Judah. He knew where most of it was at. Born Bo said she was crying and everything. What? You tell me that ain't the devil. Okay, so Christian's best bets is blood work, but they can't win in that. They don't want to do the scriptures. Now, what the Christians are saying is we trying to be Judaized. We trying to put too much on them. We trying to say they got to keep the statute, laws, commandments, and they don't know. They don't need to do that. I'm talking about so-called black Christians. That's who I'm talking about. Not talking about nobody else. Black Christians, black people, and black Christians. I am trying to wake up. We are trying to wake up our people. So that's who I'm talking about. When I say Christians, I'm talking about black Christians. Sometimes I'm not going to say black Christians all the time. Black Christians. Both said, what kind of Christian you hanging out with? Hey, she hanging out with the Christians that reject truth, that are lost and confused. So yeah, we got them now. They try to say we trying to put stuff on them that Paul didn't put on them. Yeah. Paul said, walk, as I walk after Christ, you gonna, walk after him. If you walk after Christ, who they call Christ? I use that, especially when I'm talking to so-called Christians. I want them to understand. But when we walk after the Hamashiach, we are walking off the truth. What did he do? He kept the statute, laws, commandments. This is how he had all power. He was perfect in what? The law. It didn't say he was perfect in Christianity. It said perfect in the law. Is the Hamashiach a Christian? No. Did he die for Christians? No. Did he rise for Christians? No. I'm saying that I'm saying that because the Bible don't say that. But did he rise for people that want to believe in him, that are not so-called Israelites, to cleave to Israel? Yes. I mean, if people want to cleave to us and believe, but how many people, so-called Gentiles that we know, is cleaving to us? How many? And then the ones that cleave to us, like Dana Stevenson, what he do? Go off on the deep end. Now he trying to call himself an Israelite. Oh, no mercy. But so I this is good. I wish we can have like voicemail on here. I hope one day I can get my channel so I can bring y'all in on here. I guess I got to get some more followers. So please tell people to like and subscribe. But y'all sure do bring the word. Y'all got so much knowledge. And I'm glad y'all did your DNA. Don't be scared to do your DNA. Find out where you come from. It's all right to play. If you don't believe everything about it, that's fine. But just see where it takes you. It's all right to do that. And I try to tell people to do that. What Born Bo said, what really bothers me about what they believe is he was all love. He called women dogs, flipped tables, and told the 12 to get. Yeah. That is so true. Christianity tell you, he says, but you know what? He had love for us, his brothers, but he, not the way Christianity, his love. He didn't do nothing. He just said, blessed be the Lord. Man, come on. He got upset too. What did he do? Flip tables, whipping people. Tell them, make sure you get a sword. Get a sword, make sure you get that. Then when the Roman soldier came, he cut Peter, sliced his ear off. He took the ear and put it back on. And see, even though that Peter and them was trying to protect him, he was trying to let the prophecy go through because he knew he had to be the last sacrificial lamb. But we know when he was praying and that gardener got seen, he said, Most High, paraphrasing. It was some kind of other way. He let this cup pass from him. Most High, he's okay. Well, all right. Let your will be done. But yet and still, people say he's God and the Most High. So he was talking to himself. People crazy, man. Crazy. Christianity is crazy. Okay, let's see. Rachel's daughter, said he got called out, but still stubborn. It said, holy in the share and get my children to the set. Okay. Going. Y'all, Sheila said, y'all also says, what does it say? G hates Esau. Oh, God hates it. Yeah, Romans 9. Romans 9 said, yeah. Oh, he said, oh, yeah. He said he hates Esau. Romans 9, verse 13 and Malachi, I think it's Malachi. I know it's in the book of Malachi, also in the book of Obadiah. Also, it says he hated him and the Edomites too. So whoever the Edomites is, y'all, most I don't like them. And that's the thing. When I ask people that, who was I? Was we debating somebody? Oh yeah, we was talking to that dude. What's his name? Ruler. And I come asking him, well, who is Esau? God said he hate Esau. He didn't want to say it. What Genesis 24? What Genesis 24 say, Donovan being Judah? What scripture? I mean, Genesis 24. So the Christian guy, what's his name, Ruler, he didn't want to say that God hated Esau. He wouldn't say it. Well, if God said it, I let God be God. I'm like, well, man, I asked him, who is Esau? He wouldn't answer that question. Funny because Bruce was up in Dana's channel praising Dana a few months ago, but we're called Hebrews, which, yeah. Yeah. Dana Stevens running around talking about the Book of the Mormon. Man, I told him I'd debate him any day. Talking about the Book of the Mormon. Sad, man. But yeah, you're right. Oh, you talking about 20? Yeah. Genesis 24, 25. Yeah, you're right, Donovan Ben Judah. How they was fighting in the womb. And you notice it said Esau came out and Jacob had a hold to his foot. Jacob was whooping that tail. Esau was trying to get away from Jacob. Yeah, Christians want that. They'll say, I had a sister, she was telling me that she told her pastor that God hated Esau. Her pastor said God hated what Esau's did. If you go back to Romans 9, it said he hated Esau in the womb. What are he talking about? He didn't say nothing about what he did. Jacob was like, get over here. And like, Mortal Kombat, get over here. Jacob whoop. You know what? When we think about that, think about what goes on today. When these people mess with us, we get the whooping on them. They want to call the police and run, just like Esau. Ain't they? I mean, it's so many similarities between us and Jacob and them and Esau. I mean, you just can't. I mean, you can just think of the tough stuff on top of your head. Sheila says sometimes we bruise too quick to accept people and things when it comes to these others. We got to try the spirit. Wait and see that happens with Berean too. Yeah, that's true. Cause I'm not going back on Berean's channel. My last time was I was old. I finally got a hold to talk to that snake Elder Mike. And I caught him with a left and a right. He was on there talking about, oh, God, there's no scripture in the New Testament tell us we don't have to eat. I mean, he says no scripture in New Testament is saying that it's a sin for us to eat pork. I said, well, Paul is the ones you run to, and Paul kept the law and he didn't eat pork. And then I said, so y'all funny. Y'all want to keep the law of paying tithes when tithes weren't talking about money anyway. But y'all, the Christian church, pay tithes, and that come out of the old law. Y'all keep that law, but you don't want to keep the law of not eating pork. You know what he said? Oh, well, my church, we don't pay tithes. I said, man, you lying out your teeth. And I'm good because he lied and everybody know he was lying. Church don't pay tithes. He don't know. Hey, I'm gonna do some investigation, and I'm gonna prove that I know his church pay tithes. You know that's a lie. My church don't pay tithes. So either way, we know his church pay tithes, but either way it go, he sat there and said basically any Christian church that pay tithes, he agree with me. They wrong. Okay, okay, Wombo says no, Esau ain't the white man, and if he is also of them, not bad. Y'all know that is very true. And Sheila says, but Elder Mike preaching the gospel. Yeah, Wombo says, many say it this way. Is eating pork going to send you to hell? No, but it's not good for you. The lies, yes. But see, I asked him, I said, well, why in Isaiah 66, verse 17 says, if you get caught eating pork, you're going to be consumed. That means burned up. That sounds like hell to me now. So, Sister Rochelle, y'all's daughter said, Berean doesn't know scripture. No, just the basis. And he talking about he used to be a pastor, and I believe it. He said he used to be a pastor. Dr. Benjamin said, I started listening to Pastor Darby because he didn't believe it's wrong to eat pork. Oh, Lord. I didn't know that. I didn't listen to him enough because he still had that Christianity type of scenery. I didn't really like that. And so I didn't really listen to Pastor Darby. And you know what? That makes sense because I got a niece. She's the oldest grandchild in our family. She's the first grandchild. I heard Pastor Darby. That's who she used to listen to. But guess what? She still eat pork. But she know that, but she do know it's wrong, but she eat a little bit. She's getting rid of it. And I pray that she completely, she's a true Israelite. Praise God. I got somebody in my family because my sister that died, she is waking up to be an Israelite and to realize she's an Israelite too. But my niece, which is not far from age from me, if she on here, she might be mad I'm saying that. But she's a true Israelite and she's fine. She's getting rid of that pork. That's good. Those preachers don't know scripture. You're right. They don't know scriptures. You're exactly right. There are, Bombos said there are many teachers today that teach eating pork is not wrong. Go back and listen to their lessons. They don't know scriptures either. And, even if the doctor tell them, if you keep eating this pork, you're going to die. Oh, so they'll listen to that, but they don't want to listen to the Most High. I mean, this is stupid. And Elder Mike is nothing but a straight devil. He was on his line tonight, so I sent him a question. I said, can you tell me if God called anybody Christians in the Bible? Oh, yeah. He said, oh, yeah, Brother Kadar, I'm gonna answer. I'm going to get back to it. Yeah, he ain't answer that because he can't answer. Because if he answered, all he got to do, he should have just said no off top. That's no script to say that. You're right, Sister Rochelle. It is a process of coming out of Christianity, eating pork and shrimp, lobster, celebrating all these holidays. It is a process, but for some reason, I stopped that cold turkey. Now, I did have my troubles and still have my ups and downs, but not with pork. I don't. I think one reason with me is that because I was dying with high blood pressure, and that helped my blood pressure when I stopped eating pork. So, so that's why I didn't have a problem stop eating it. Bombo said, if you're a Christian Hebrew, you lost. At some point, you have to. Yeah, that's right. You have to drop it. Because see, when you say I'm a Israelite, but I want to follow Christianity, what you saying, I'm an Israelite, I want to follow what the Gentiles do, just like they did in Maccabees. That's all you saying. It's crazy. Yes, I cut out Russia. I cut out a lot of things. Cold turkey too. Yeah, when you come in this, it do makes you cut a lot of things out. Yeah, when I was in Christianity, I just pray. I used to pray, hope nobody don't find out what I'm doing. I just, but I do have some things that I struggle with, but it ain't pork. Bone Bo said I dropped Christianity immediately after waking up. Yeah, it was easy to let go. It was easy for me to let go too. I'm at the point where I hate every nah. That's Sister Rochelle. Nah. Okay. He's at the point of every Gentile. Well, see, this is the thing. All right, our people. My problem is my people. The Gentiles, I really don't even think about them. That's not even on my mind. Just like, I don't wake up, But I understand what you're saying, Sister Rochelle. But Sharon was so easy to let go. Yeah, it was, Sister Sheila. It was easy to let it go. But my problem is my own people. You get on there and you see Kevin G and Ron, what's his name, G-Con, lying. I mean, not telling the truth. And people that's in Christianity, these people don't even believe that God is all-knowing. Yah is all-knowing. And I can understand why. Because they liars. If you don't believe in Yah is all-knowing, you're a liar. And then you're going to speak lies and tell lies. And it's sad that our people fall for stuff like this. I mean, you can show them, but I tell people in Christianity, bring your pastors on. Sit down and let me ask him some questions. I said, you tell your pastor, hey, my nephew, he's a diehard Christian. And I told him, he had set it up. Wherever he set it up, to bring it on. Me and his pastor was going to have a debate. I said, he can ask me anything about Israel. I'm going to ask him anything about Christianity. His pastor know what he did right when we're supposed to have it. His pastor asked him, would I come on his channel? I said, sure. Then at the end, right a couple of days before, he called me and said his pastor called it off. Because they don't know the word. And I told him, I would eat your pastor alive, not being boastful, but I know I used to be in the Christian church. I used to preach. I used to minister in Christian. They don't know the word. These other pastors out of right near Asheville, North Carolina, where I used to live at when I was, preaching in AME Zion, me and his other brothers supposed to meet up with them and have a discussion. And they bagged down too. Because the dude that was doing, well, he was like the mediator talking to them and talking to us. First, he was telling me, oh, man, you don't want to talk to these guys. They good at the word. I said, okay. And I should have did what I did. So I started asking him questions that he couldn't answer. And I guess he went back and told them, man, you don't want to deal with these guys. And I said, we was going to do it in front of a church, in a church, and people there so everybody can see this. And that's what I would like to do, because we don't have to lie. Christianity have to lie. We don't have to lie. Islam have to lie. We don't have to lie. Judaism have to lie. Everybody have to lie. We just tell the truth. This is the difference. We ain't got to twist scriptures. We can just tell the truth. When you have to lie, you cannot win a debate. I would not debate nobody. I have to lie. Now, what Brother Banyar's going to bring out in the New Testament, proving that Paul was talking to Israelites that called themselves Gentiles, I've been believing that all along. But my problem is when you look at the New Testament, certain things in there that you can tell that they took and twist. I know where to point at. And I've been wanting to bring it out, but I was like, I wasn't that confident. But Brother Banyard, he's going to bring it out, and he's very confident in what he's doing. Now I'm gonna read some of this. Oh Lord, I gotta get ready to go to bed. So Sister Bambo said the word. Hold up. Russia said, I'm at the point where I hate every Gentile. Sister Sheila said Christianity was so easy to let go. The word Gentile isn't correct. The Hebrew, the heathens, because Gentile can be bruised. And the Northern, that's right, because it means nation, basically. You're right, Bombo. The word Gentiles means nation, so it's really not correct. They put that in now, though, trying to put themselves in. That's why they put Gentiles in Genesis 10. We're talking about Japhet. Then you see Gentiles in the New Testament, you automatically start going to think it's talking about these white people. That's why they put it in there. They ain't slick. So you can see the hiccups that what they do. So Sister Rachel, y'all daughter said it's still a struggle for some people. Some it isn't deep. Depends on the person. Yeah, it is. It is. It just depends on the person. Then she said, the Most High let me let go of Christianity before he told me who I am. Praise him. Wow. I'm mad at you, Sister Rachel. I wish I would have got that revelation. Man, I was all up in Christianity, lost. And said, in correction, I'm at the point that I hate everything heathen. Okay. All right. So Sheila said, former Christians are the best fighters against these current Christians. That's right. Yeah, because we already know what they're going to say. Bombo said, it's best to go into acting like you know not, and then use the sword. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right. I should have did that. But I'm going to run my big mouth because I'm a talker and I love to talk, and I ran my mouth. I guess he went back and told them guys, you better not. And then they backed down. Bombo said, I call them heathens. Oh, Lord. Well, y'all, great. Get them off of here. I think y'all came over here. Thank you for y'all coming over this late. I'd like to give a shout out to the Most High, Yahweh, and the Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, to talking to people who they call Jesus and God. And I'd like to give a shout out to Salt of the Earth, the brothers on there. And I'd like to give a shout out to the chat and the rest of the Israelites that scattered around the world. I'd like to say peace and shalom from Kadah. Shalom.